What's up guys, it is Chris back with another watch video, and today we're doing a pretty special unboxing. This is a Werenbach. So these are watches that are actually made out of parts of space rockets. And in this case, it is the Soyuz space rocket. This was the Soyuz MS-09. These are rockets that actually went to space. This was a manned mission to the International Space Station. And the dial that I chose out of these was the engine cladding. So it's made out of actual aluminum cut directly from the engine cladding. I reached out to the brand and they sent me this and another watch. And they are really just very, very cool watches. This is from the Leonov collection with the launch sequencer. So that is that outer ring right there. But let me get into the packaging really quickly first. So you can see that was a cardboard outer box. Inner box is obviously a watch case, which is very nice. You get a little card in here. And then a piece of the actual engine cladding. As you can see, it is exactly the piece that was cut to make your dial. And then you also get a little screwdriver in here to remove links from your bracelet. So here is the watch. This has a very deep brownish orange color to the dial, and this is actually one of their BTO editions. So what is BTO? It's essentially bespoke to order, and the reason why that's bespoke is because they have a bunch of different options that you can choose from. So they're already pre-made watches. However, they have a bunch of dials that you could choose from, and I chose this dial, which is different from one of the standard dials that they were offering. All of those dials are also cut from the Soyuz rocket. However, this was a specific part of the Soyuz rocket and had a specific patina, I guess we'll call it. All of the dials are unique because they are all aged in a different way, and I use the word aged, but really they're sort of been exposed to different elements, heat and things like that actually give it this look or this patina. So the watch comes in at 40 millimeters, 14 millimeters thick. You get sapphire crystal on front and back, of course, dome sapphire crystal in the front. Dual screwed in crowns. One of those crowns is obviously the crown that you use to wind the watch, and this is an automatic watch. It comes with an STP 1-11, which is essentially an ETA clone movement, which is similar to the 2824, I believe. Very good movement, very reliable movement, and actually this one is actually very nicely decorated. So it's more closer to the top grade ETA movement, I would say, or an elaborate, because this has blued screws and it's actually pretty nicely decorated. Screwed in crown, and then you get a second crown here. This is also screwed in, and this is the launch sequencer, which moves that inner bezel. It's a little bit gimmicky, I would say, but it's very, very nice. It's very smooth. And essentially what it is it's a countdown timer for launches, so rocket launches. So it's definitely in keeping with the theme of the watch itself. Just a very cool idea. So these watches start around $1,200. That's for this collection. As I mentioned, the Leonov collection, so the Leonov collection starts around $1,200 and they can go up to around $2,000. And that's if you opt for the bracelet, which is this bracelet right here. And I have to tell you, this is a very, very well made bracelet. Obviously solid links, screwed in solid links, double deployment buckle, and it is signed by the brand. It's just a little rocket there on the clasp. It looks very good. Just a really very nice look to it. It's straight lugs, so it's definitely a Bauhaus look The whole entire case is either brushed or bead blasted. It's essentially bead blasted from the top of the case down. So everything on the top of the case is brushed, and it's a circular brushing on the actual lugs and on the bezel of the watch, and then everything below that is bead blasted, except for just the outside part of the screwed in case back. Of course, like I said, you could see the back of the watch. There is the movement. That is the STP 1-11. I'll be doing close-ups of everything here, so you could see a better view of everything, because it is very detailed, actually, the watch, and it's a very good-looking watch, I have to say. A lot of attention to detail, especially in the back of the watch. It's actually it's very interesting. It says there's a little rocket, and then it says manned space mission to so it's ISS, so the International Space Station, Soyuz MS-09, 5 atmospheres, MS-114, 2018. So essentially the year that this actually went up into space. Pretty cool. Very interesting, and it's just really a special watch. This dial actually has Lume on it. There is Lume on the hands. I believe it's Super Luminova, so we will do a Lume shot. On the dial itself, it says launch sequencer, because that's the model of this watch. You can get it without that launch sequencer. You can get it just without the inner rotating bezel if you choose. So reading from the top of the dial down, it just says the name of the brand, then Spaceborne, Soyuz, booster shell, and then it gives some coordinates. Then it says launch sequencer, which is obviously this exact model. With that launch sequencer outer bezel, which rotates. I kind of like it. It's a little bit gimmicky, but I think it's really cool, and it definitely ties in with this space theme. I think it's something that, if you're going for it, it looks actually really good too. I like that extra crown. It goes stage 1 booster cutoff, stage 2 central block separation, and then stage 3 spacecraft separation. So a lot of space theming on here. There is a lot of script on the dial, however, it really isn't obtrusive, and I think it just looks really just smart. I really love the look of this. It's very Bauhaus in design. The case itself is very Bauhaus, very nicely finished, and feels really nice. Just a very exceptionally made watch. This watch is Swiss made, so this is made in Switzerland. They make other watches that are more expensive, than they make watches that are less expensive. So really quickly, I will show you the watch that is on my wrist, and I have another Werenbach. This is their Mach 33, so you can see, and I'm not sure if you can, right in the middle there is another little piece of space rocket. So this watch actually comes in much cheaper. This is one of the more expensive versions because it's PVD coated. However, these run from, I believe, around $300, maybe a little bit under that, to around $500. And these are quartz. However, they are, I think, 42 millimeters, and they come on some pretty cool straps. This strap is super cool. It is a leather strap, and it has some etchings on the back, which just, you know, it's like stars, and it just looks really good. And it feels really nice. And of course, it's signed. It says Spaceborne, and then you have a rocket there. And a really nice bespoke buckle. I'll be doing an unboxing of that because it comes actually with some really cool packaging. So here is the Leonov on my wrist. 40 millimeters, as I mentioned. I have a 7.5-inch wrist. It looks really good on my wrist. It's just a really good watch. I've been wearing this. I got it just a few days ago, and I've been wearing it for a little while. And I have gotten so many compliments on this watch. It's just really a very, very good looking watch. And the bracelet itself is very robust. It just feels very good. The case is really nice. Just an excellent feeling watch, and it's just a very, very, very high quality. So really quickly, I'll shut off some of the lights. I'm not gonna do complete darkness, but we'll do a quick Lume shot. This does have Lume that's printed directly on that dial, which is made out of the rocket booster. And as I mentioned, there are a few different levels of watches. So you just saw that Mach 33, which is their cheaper. This is their mid-range. Then they have other models which are in the Soyuz collection, and those are actually made of parts of the rocket that are melted down. Some of the metal is melted down. Some of the cases are made out of it. Some of them have cases that are made out of, some have dials similar to this one, which are made from other parts of the rocket. So essentially the entire case and dial are made out of rocket. So those can go up to like $8,000 or $9,000. So there's a lot of options from this brand, and they run the gamut in prices as well. It essentially means you're just getting less of the rocket on your wrist versus, you know, when you're getting to the more expensive watches where you're getting more of the rocket. Just a really cool idea, and it's not really gimmicky at all. I think it's very, very cool because this dial has such a unique look to it that you're not going to find a watch with a unique dial like this. It is very unique. So quickly, like I said, I'll do a quick Lume shot and we will end the video. So there you have it. The Lume is actually very bright. It's printed on nice and thick on the indices and hands, and you can see it. This is like a twilight situation, as I mentioned, and it looks really bright, really good. I'm actually pretty impressed. Just an impressive watch overall. I really enjoy the quality. It reminds me of an IWC, the case, the bracelet, but with a really cool twist. You get that rocket booster shell dial, which is super unique, something that you don't see every day. I just really like it. I think it's very, very cool. Anyway, I will be wearing this over the next few weeks, and I will do a full review. I'm going to also do a full unboxing of that Mach 33. I'll give you first initial impressions on that as well. But obviously I'm smitten with this watch. I think it's really an awesome watch. Definitely check out their website. As I mentioned, they have an amazing website. Check it out. It is really cool. Lots of cool stuff on that website. Anyway, thank you for logging on. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog. There are a bunch of links in the description. Those links are to Amazon. I am an affiliate for Amazon. If you buy something through those links, and even if it is not one of the watches that I have linked to, it goes to support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it doesn't harm your Prime benefits in any way. However, like I said, when you buy something through those links, it helps to support the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Anyway, thank you for logging on, and I will catch you guys in the next video.